I am terrified of the generation that has been raised by red pill podcasts and TikTok. Y'all are quite literally completely delusional. You completely objectify women and you look at us as disposable after 30. And then on top of that, unfortunately, there are women that are subjugating themselves to these men that just do not have any type of real consideration or love for them. And I am just so sorry for this generation of women and these types of men that you have to deal with. I mean, I am appalled. I am so fortunate to be with a man that doesn't think like these men, but holy, it feels like we're doomed.
See, a lot of women have a problem with guys who have finally taken the red pill. They've gotten out of the matrix. They have seen the world for what it is, and they're starting to understand female nature. Oh, yes, they are starting to understand how women move out here, especially guys that don't have much going on for themselves because they're at a young age. And even when you do get something going for yourself, does she want you for who you are, or does she want a lifestyle? See, these are the things that women don't like now. Now that guys are waking up, now that guys have their eyes are wide open, their mind is expanding, they're connecting with other guys. Now she's talking about red pill guys that are full of anger and insecurity and completely delusional. Are they guys out there that have ruined the space? Yes, I can't hold that to you, but that is a very small segment of men. The red pill, the real red pill, the original red pill was all about making sure guys understand female nature, and not just female nature, but just understand how you need to conduct yourself in this world as a man, how you need to stand up tall, stick your chest out, hold your head up, make sure that you are moving as a mature, confident, intelligent, and assertive man out here in this world. What you need to do to get the skills to make a better salary, going to college, getting your certifications, getting your license if you're going to blue collar work, starting a business. These are things that men are putting other guys on game. The real part that women can't stand, they can't stand that the guys are no longer yes men. Guys are no longer just saying, yes, I'll do whatever you like. I'll worship the ground that you walk on. I'll throw rose petals at your feet. I will put you on this high pedestal that you deserve to be on. No. Guys aren't doing that anymore because they've done it. They've done it, especially over the late 80s and 90s. And you saw guy after guy after guy get his heart broken time and time and time again. Guys went from being babyface to Tupac, and they started seeing a whole different kind of result with women. They stopped singing I'll worship the ground you walk on. They start singing these babyface songs and girl take me back. No, then they went complete savage on him. Started being Tupac. Started ignoring him. Started acting a completely different way. Started acting like the bad boy that all these women say that they want. Right? Now they're starting to get with women. Now they're starting to get women's attention. Women aren't ignoring them anymore. See, ladies, y'all started this. Y'all guys were being gentlemen. Back in the day, a guy couldn't even get with the woman unless he married her. And if a guy were to get her pregnant way back in the day, that's what we called shotgun marriages, where the other men in the community would bring their shotguns out and force this man to go marry this woman that he just got pregnant. Nowadays, you don't even see that no more. You see more women having these baby shower pictures with no man in sight, no ring on their finger, nothing. So yes, guys have adapted. Guys have adjusted. They have taken the red pill and they tried all that baby face stuff in the 90s, and now they're starting to understand female nature. They're starting to understand how women move out here in this market, and also what guys need to do to get the kind of woman that they are looking for, to get the kind of woman that they want to deal with. But even guys that are dealing with women, even guys that's got girlfriends, you got fiancés, you got wives, you got situationships, whatever, just understanding the kind of woman that she is. up front. And thank you for the internet. Thank you for social media, because y'all ladies, y'all have exposed yourselves. You are showing guys everything about you just in your digital footprint. You look at a girl's Twitter, you look at her Instagram, you look at her Facebook, you look at her LinkedIn, you look at her OnlyFans if she got one, and that will tell you everything you need to know. All you gotta do is just pay attention, read between the lines, see the pictures that she's posting, see the kind of poses that she has in these pictures. Does she stick her middle finger up? Is her tongue sticking out? Is her butt sticking out? Is she twerking? Does she wear scandalous stuff in these pictures? Does she have an OnlyFans account? Women that got an OnlyFans account off rip, no, you're not getting wifed out here. And then guys, even when you're in a relationship, you talking to other guys about your situation, you may understand that she is with you for convenience, and as soon as she can, she will monkey branch to the next guy. See, this is what y'all don't like, ladies. Y'all don't like that men are understanding how you move out here, and they are adjusting accordingly. They are calling you out on your BS, by the way. They're calling out the double standard, and you can't stand it anymore, because now it is becoming much more difficult for you to manipulate guys to do your bidding, for you to say, oh, I'm just going out with some friends. Meanwhile, she's going to this dude's house and getting her eggs cracked. See, guys are not falling for that kind of stuff no more. They're smarting up. They're listening to other guys. They're seeing the experience that y'all women are even sharing about yourselves online, and they are making adjustments. So yes, you may not like that this new generation of men, of the red pill and all this other kind of stuff, but really it is exposing the bad behavior that a lot of women have out there nowadays, but also some good behaviors as women too, because with the red pill, you're starting to see guys say, okay, these are the women that you definitely want to stay away from, but these are the kind of behaviors that you need to rock with her with. When she's willing to ride with you through the storms, when she's willing to ride with you when everything is not sunshine and rainbows, when everything is, when you got so much trouble going on in your life, all this stress, all this anxiety, and she is right there next to you, sitting shotgun in the passenger seat as y'all ride through this storm together. That's the kind of stuff that men are looking for nowadays. And also, guys are putting other guys on game, say, look, she's acting chaotic. Don't deal with a woman that's acting chaotic, dealing with broken trauma. Get you a woman that's healed. Get you a woman that's peaceful. Get you a woman that is planted in her faith, things like that. That is the kind of woman that you want to marry. But ladies, y'all don't like the guys that are just not getting with y'all bad behavior, with y'all contradictions, with your attitude. We're not doing it. We want a peaceful woman. Point blank, period, end of sentence.
Men are incapable of helping when inconvenienced because they have been conditioned to live in a world where everything exists for their convenience. Meaning that you can bend over backwards for them, not to be inconvenienced 7 or 8 times. The 9th time, when they have to do something they don't want to do, they're going to say, what about me? They have never considered the level of inconvenience that you have gone through, where it's absolutely necessary for them to be inconvenienced because they didn't see any of the inconvenience you've experienced up until this point. Girlfriends, wives, kids, even the fucking power structure all exist to make their life more convenient. They are trained to find a wife who does for you so that your life can be more convenient. Find kids that look good and make you look like a family man because being a family man is valued and therefore makes your life more convenient. On the other hand, women and children are socialized to struggle in silence, to suffer in silence. Therefore, those 7, 8, 9 times where you were inconvenienced, you didn't say, oh, this is inconvenient for me. You said happy to help. And so it never occurred to them that it was inconvenient for you.
Ladies, your charge in this world is to be a helpmate to your husband. If you are married to your husband, you are a helpmate to him. He is the leader. He's the one that is charged with protect, provide, lead, and guide. That's his charge. Your charge is to be the first teachers of the children and be a helpmate to your husband. If you don't want to do that, then that's fine. You can go and be single. Don't go live your life. Cool, no problem. I will go over here and find me a woman that wants to be my wife and everything that comes along with it, and I will be her husband and everything that come along with it. See, now we got to stop this type of stuff because women like this are saying, oh, guys are they just want their lives to be less inconvenient. Who wants to be with someone who doesn't make my life better? Who wants to be with someone who is not enhancing my life, who is not being an add-on in the positive way? Why would I get with someone that doesn't make my life better? And why would I be with her long term if she's not doing anything to help me in the way that I am leading, because I could be leading something, and while she's taking care of other things in the household with the kids or with the whatever, I can focus on building this business. I can focus on building the money that we need to get the house or whatever. See, men build, women nest. That is the difference. And men, yes, we don't like to be inconvenienced, because that inconvenience is taken away from our purpose of building a lifestyle, a security blanket for the family. So if I'm constantly being inconvenienced, and if you can take care of something and help me out with that, it will help me focus on the things that I need to do to build a future for our family. But no, you see a problem with it. You see, the women suffer in silence and this and that. Are you suffering because you're living in a shoebox? Are you suffering because there's no food on the table, things like that? No, you don't say that kind of stuff, because guess what? You wouldn't even be with the man if he could not provide in some kind of way. And I'm not talking about paying all the bills. No, I'm not saying that. Even if y'all are splitting 50-50 because, you make 80 and she make 80, y'all got 160 together and y'all are stronger together, he's still providing something in that house. It's more than just financial. He is providing leadership. He is providing the vision for the future. He is providing protection in that household, making sure that the doors are locked, making sure that y'all have the alarm on, making sure that you're safe, helping out with the stuff around the house. He is providing that guidance for the children as well, so they know what it's like to move in this world, because fathers are important out here. See the providing aspect, that is not just financial. That's what women think, but it's not just financial.
For you. And what would it look like if you said, this is inconvenient for me, I don't want to do it, but I will do it for you? Or if you bring up in retrospect all of the times that you were inconvenienced, the men will probably meet you with something like, well, why didn't you say anything? Not at all being cognizant of the fact that, like, you are half of this marriage. This is your child. Like, a lot of this weight should be on you, but it's solely falling on me, because you don't have to be inconvenienced to even think about what is or is not convenient for other people, because everybody sort of seems to be just revolving around you, especially depending on the type of mother these men have. And I would elaborate, but I feel like the people who know what I'm saying know exactly what the fuck I'm saying. Therefore, I'd only be elaborating for men, and I have to be somewhere in 9 minutes, and being late is not convenient for me.
Y'all see all this attitude just in this video? That is an inconvenience for me. Dealing with this kind of attitude, being in a relationship, being married to this kind of attitude would drive a man insane. He got to come home to this after slaying the dragon, after working an 8, 10, 12-hour shift, and he's trying to, just enjoy the rest of his night, however much time that's left before he goes to sleep. And this is what he got to walk into the door to? No, just men want peace. Men want peace. Men want a woman who makes a house a home. Men want a woman who makes a home his sanctuary, his place of peace, his place of rest. This kind of attitude in her voice in this video, that is not peaceful. I don't want to come home to that. I don't want to come home to you cussing me out like a sailor. I don't want to come home to this little snappy attitude. No. See, what this lady don't understand is men inconvenience themselves every single day to protect, provide, lead, and guide for their family. You think it's convenient for me to go out here and deal with the world, deal with other people's bad attitudes, deal with getting cussed out, dealing with putting my life on the line, or the stress that's come with the work, the anxiety, the blood, sweat, and tears? You think that's convenient for me? You think it's convenient for me to go meet an intruder at the door? Somebody's trying to break into the house. I'm the first one that got to get up, get the baseball bat, get the Glock, get whatever to go deal with that intruder. You think it's convenient for me to put my life on the line? God forbid something is going down and I sacrifice myself. I sacrifice my life for you. We gotta die for you, lady. Who the hell are you to talk about you don't want to be inconvenienced? We are charged to die for you. Talk about you don't want to be inconvenienced. Get out of here with all that mess. Would you die for us? If something were to go off, would you save the men and the children? No, you would not. You would expect the man to do it, and men would do it 10 times out of 10 for his wife, for the family that he loves, for his children. That's what he would do. He's not going to do it for a stranger. He's not going to do it for a bust down. He is going to do it for the woman that he loves, the woman he got down on bended knee and asking to marry him, the woman that he calls his wife. That's who he's going to do it for, because men are not protecting women out here that are not their wives. So you talking about inconvenience. I bet you would die for your children. You would be inconvenienced for your children. You would have the blood, sweat, and tears for your children, but you wouldn't do that for your man, for your husband. See, the difference is a husband is going to do that for his wife and his children. You're only going to do it for your children, but not your husband, because you think, oh, I'm not going to inconvenience myself for him. Why would I do that? Why would I inconvenience myself for him? He needs to blah, blah, blah. He needs to do this, and I shouldn't have to do that. I'm the woman. He should be. See, that's my point. You're not going to do that for your husband, but he will happily make that sacrifice, pay the ultimate sacrifice to make sure that his wife and his children continue on to this world. When you heard about the Titanic going down, what was that? Women and children on the lifeboats first. Men were willing to give up their lives, give up their life vest, put it on their wives, put it on their children, or really any other women that's on the boat to make sure that they got off the boat safely. So many guys have died sacrificing themselves time and time again for not just a woman that they love, but just for life in general. You look at the military, you look at police officers, firefighters, construction workers, all the other kind of stuff. An extremely high percentage of men, you think these jobs are convenient for them because anything could pop off for some random day. And guess what? That man's not going home that night. That is real inconvenience. Don't talk to me about your little inconvenience here and there. No, because guess what? If it were not for men, you wouldn't have the convenience to sit in this car with your air conditioning. You wouldn't have the convenience to use this phone. You wouldn't have the convenience to use this internet that you're using to make this TikTok in the first. Get out of here with all this mess, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think about these videos here. What do you think about the red pill content? What do you think about ladies not even liking the red pill content because it's exposing men and guys are just, they think they're useless after 30. That's what she said. What do you think about this lady right here on the screen talking about men are useless when inconvenienced? Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section down below. Make sure you like, share, subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.